It was a freezing, frosty morning. The world outside was a blanket of white, covered in soft, fluffy snow. Mike and Mia, all bundled up in their thickest coats and scarves, looked out the window. BRRR. The perfect day for a snow adventure. Out they went into the winter wonderland. Their mission: to build the greatest snowman ever. They started by rolling a big, heavy ball of snow for the bottom, then a medium-sized ball for the middle, and finally a small, perfect ball for the head. With a little teamwork, they stacked them up, one on top of the other. To bring their creation to life, they added a crunchy carrot for a nose and 2 pieces of shiny coal for eyes. "Hello, Mr. Frosty," Mike announced proudly. Mia clapped her hands, agreeing, "You are the best snowman ever." But then a shiver ran down Mike's spine. "I'm cold," he said, his teeth chattering. He looked at their new friend. "And if I'm cold, Mr. Frosty must be freezing. Look, he doesn't even have a coat." Mike's heart filled with sympathy for his snowy friend. He couldn't just leave him out here in the biting cold. "Don't worry, Mr. Frosty," Mike whispered, patting the snowman's side. "I will save you." With great care, Mike gently picked up the little snowman. He was surprisingly heavy. He wobbled a bit, but managed to carry him all the way back inside their warm, cozy house. He found the perfect spot, right next to the crackling fireplace. He placed Mr. Frosty on a big plate. There, Mike smiled, feeling very proud of his rescue mission. Nice and warm. Sleep tight. With Mr. Frosty safe and sound, Mike headed to the kitchen to make himself a well-deserved cup of hot cocoa. 10 minutes later, with a steaming mug in his hands, he came back to check on his friend. He walked over to the fireplace, took a sip of his cocoa, and then he looked at the plate. He dropped his mug. "A-A-H," he screamed. Frosty was gone. There was no white snowman standing proudly on the plate. There was only a puddle of clear water, a lonely carrot, and 2 pieces of black coal floating sadly in the middle. "Oopsie," cried Mike, his eyes wide with shock. "Mia, call the police. Someone stole Mr. Frosty and left a puddle of soup." He carefully touched the water, and he cried so much he made a lake. "Hold on a second, Mike, let's freeze frame right there. Nobody stole the snowman. Mr. Frosty didn't get kidnapped by a soup-loving thief. He just changed his outfit. You see, this is all about science. Everything in the world, from you to me to a snowman, is made of tiny building blocks. We call them molecules. When water is very cold, like ice or snow, its molecules hold hands very tightly. They huddle together and don't move around much. They stand still, almost like a statue. We call this a solid. That's what Mr. Frosty was when he was outside in the snow. But when Mike brought Mr. Frosty inside and put him by the warm fire, the heat from the fire acted like a super energizing dance party for those molecules. The heat gave them so much energy. First, they started to wiggle. Then, they started to dance and jiggle. And finally, they let go of each other's hands and started running around freely. When water molecules let go and zoom round like that, the solid snow turns into a liquid. That's right, ice turns into water. So, Mr. Frosty didn't disappear. He just relaxed in the warmth and melted. "Oh," said Mike, staring at the carrot soup on the plate. "So, Mr. Frosty is still here. He's just wet." "Exactly," said Mia, who had figured it all out. "And if we heated him up even more, all that water would turn into steam, and he would fly away as a gas." "No more flying," Mike declared. "Let's put him back outside where he belongs." So, they carefully poured the water from the plate into a snowman-shaped mold and put it back out in the freezing snow. A little while later, Mr. Frosty was back, solid and happy in the cold. So, the science lesson of the day is a simple one. Snowmen love the cold, and hot cocoa is definitely just for people. Thanks for joining us on this chilly adventure. This was Oopsie Daisy Science. We'll see you next time for another fun discovery. Don't forget to like and subscribe.